Information technology has significantly impacted the way individuals work and the skills they need. It comes as no surprise that there has been a significant transformation in the job market and the economy that has impacted what employees need to be successful in the workplace.
Throughout history, new technologies have ushered in new work practices and rendered old ones obsolete. The World Economic Forum estimates that by 2025, technology will create at least 12 million more jobs. Even as some tasks are automated, workers in these fields may transition to performing new tasks related to newly implemented technology. Although this seems like a net positive impact, technology has disproportionate effects on jobs of different skill levels.
Jobs with unpredictable situations, such as gardeners, plumbers, and nurses, will generally see less automation because they are difficult to automate and highly collaborative. In particular, pink-collar jobs, which are care-oriented jobs that are generally dominated by women, are expected to see tremendous growth as the global population ages. By 2030, there will be at least 300 million more people aged 65 years and older than there were in 2014. Which will generate increased demand for both high and mid-skilled jobs, such as doctors, nurses, and health home aides. Unlike manufacturing, transportation, and other low to mid-skilled jobs mostly held by men, pink-collar fields are very unlikely to be outsourced or replaced with automation because they require human interaction. In the future, we could see employee skills that emphasize interpersonal communication and caregiving becoming more in demand, and pink-collar fields attracting more men.
Middle-skilled jobs, however, will suffer the harshest repercussions due to automation. Mid-skilled workers may be forced to resort to lower-skilled jobs in the service sector. These workers could seek out additional training to pursue higher-skilled jobs too, but it may not be financially feasible or otherwise accessible for many individuals. This results in a polarized workforce with job growth concentrated on the two opposite ends of the skill spectrum, while the pool of medium-skilled jobs shrinks. We spoke with Naba Siddiqui, a technologist on a mission to create secure and reliable products for a global audience, about her experiences with automation and its effect on jobs. She's worked for companies such as RBC and Accenture, and is the co-founder of the technology company Pocket.
It's become easier to work with people and talk to people across the globe. So in Pocket, for example, we have a team, we have folks working for us based out of Nigeria, and I've never met them. And this has only been made possible because of technologies like WhatsApp and Zoom and Google Hangouts that has allowed us to interview them remotely, onboard them remotely, work with them remotely. Even now, we work with organizations and partners. We've signed contracts without having met anyone in person. And all of this has been made possible because of remote technology specifically. And I guess these technologies have forced a mindset shift that has allowed people to think it's okay to operate in a remote manner using things like Zoom, which has unlocked opportunities, right? Not everyone can afford to board a plane and, fly to New York, for example, to meet a prospective client.
Employees with no technical skills may struggle to adapt to workplaces that increasingly rely on digital tools, and they will have to become tech literate to stay competitive. Persisting in the job market will require continuous willingness and ability to learn. While online modular courses are available, many groups such as the disabled and elderly lack access to technological tools, making it difficult for them to pick up technical skills that are desirable in the current job economy. 2 in 5 seniors do not have internet access in the United States, and 27% of disabled adults have never used the internet. Clearly, a gap is created between the technological literacy and skill sets of those who have access to the internet and those who do not.
Current education systems may not suffice in preparing individuals for the future, which is detrimental for the economy. A report found that 95% of organizations agree that a digital workforce is important, demonstrating how crucial it is to cultivate digital literacy in the workplace. However, a survey conducted by the McKinsey Global Institute found that 60% of employers said that new graduates were not adequately prepared for the world of work because of gaps in technical and soft skills. Therefore, private companies may have to supplement formal education with upskilling and reskilling initiatives by providing their own training and learning opportunities.
However, putting the entire responsibility of developing technical skills on employees may further worsen income inequality and the divide between socioeconomic groups. Therefore, government supports on technological literacy is necessary. They need to work with education providers to improve STEM skills in school and develop creativity, cognitive, and analytical abilities in students. An article from the Brookfield Institute shows that in Canada, there are no official government avenues to train older people who are already in the workforce or retrain workers whose position need greater digital skills. In fact, the 2014 Media Smarts report finds that digital literacy is the key to an inclusive and innovation-driven knowledge economy. There needs to be more emphasis by the government on dealing with digital literacy because the economy highly depends on it. Ms. Siddiqui shared her views on how important technical skills will be in the future of work.
So very important, and I think it's going to get even more important as we move into the future. I don't think everyone will be coding, like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, but everyone will need to know how to code. It's almost like people need to know, how, like in a lot of job descriptions or job roles, people need to know how to write a document, how to write an email, or how to use Excel, for example. These are like considered fundamental or basic skills. And I think coding will become a lot like that, where you have to, in the future, a lot of jobs will require you to be able to understand how code works or read code, not necessarily write it. So it's going to be one of those basic, I guess it's going to become a basic literacy attribute. Like you should be able to read and write English, but you should also be able to read and write code in the future for most jobs, I imagine.
As technological literacy becomes more important due to the increased prevalence of information technology in the workplace, more jobs will switch internationally, making the candidate pool grow globally. With an increase in globalization, jobs can be outsourced to lower wage countries or replaced by automation, resulting in a higher demand in technical skills for the jobs that are left in developed countries. The movement in jobs has resulted in the shift of job skills that are required in different geographical areas. Skills, jobs, and locations do not always match, limiting opportunities to earn income for many. With high unemployment and underemployment across the world, many employers say they cannot find enough workers with the skills they need. In 9 countries, 40% of employers said lack of both technical and soft skills was the main reason for entry-level job vacancies.
Job matching sites such as LinkedIn and Monster have been changing and expanding the way that individuals look for work and the ways companies identify and recruit talent. Hiring managers can now access a wider candidate pool and seek out the best technical talent for the position they're hiring for. As a result, many employees must learn new skills in order to work and collaborate online, such as proficiency in using software programs and coding languages, in order to remain productive in the workplace. Ms. Siddiqui spoke to us about the changes she has seen when it comes to the way she works and how technology has shaped the way her company works.
So automation is changing IT. It's changing every industry. All of it are now using IT to automate their tasks, right? So like when we were at RBC, for example, my first job was automating tasks that were being done by people on the floor there. On the surface, it's affecting jobs. People are losing their jobs because automation is making them redundant. At the same time, it's also increasing efficiency in the processes and reducing human error. So it's improving things for us. And it's creating opportunities for people to, again, my job has personally not been affected by automation in the sense like I haven't lost my job or I haven't had to upskill, but obviously I've seen people around me having had to do it, especially people that, whose job I automated in my first year at RBC. But I also see like it being a conduit to allow them to do better things, more meaningful things, like more value-added tasks, which I imagine is more meaningful to them and like gives them a better sense of, or better sense of purpose when it comes to their job.
In addition, as a result of increased globalization, national economies have become more specialized in production of goods and services.
For example, Bangladesh has a large manufacturing economy, while American companies dominate the information technology sector. As such, people are either forced to learn new skills for these specialized economies or move to find employment. In contrast, if employees aren't able to migrate to fit their skill sets, the use of digital platforms can increase cross collaboration and allow employees to connect with other parts of the world.
All in all, the global economy and jobs are rapidly evolving as information technology becomes more integrated in the workforce. As such, it becomes more important for employees to develop new skills and become more technologically literate as the workplace becomes more automated and globalized. Maybe it is time to start the new online course you are eyeing.